quiet!
I forgot my glasses.
Welcome to the third ever Disventure Camp musical episode. Yup, you heard me, it's the Disventure Camp Fans vs. Favorites musical episode. Today I'll be reviewing the musical and seeing how spectacular it really is. Really quickly, I did just start out this channel, so if you would like to subscribe, that would be so appreciated. And now lights, camera, action! Episode 8 is, as you know, the musical episode for this season. I think that it was a great episode, and even if there are some problems that I have with it, it's still awesome. The songs were for the first time actually written by Odd Nation Cartoons, and not just covers of other songs, which is so cool. Overall, I did really like the episode, and I bet you that while Finn was watching this, he was absolutely raging that he missed it. Also, spoiler warning for this video, as I will be discussing everything that happened in the episode, so if you haven't already seen it, I'd suggest watching it on the official Odd Nation Cartoons channel before finishing this video. This episode, I was a little shocked that Tom and Gabby forgave Natalia so quickly, considering that Anastasia told everyone that Natalia knew that she and Marissa never broke up. Either way, I'm sort of glad because, as I've said before, this trio has amazing dynamics that would be sad to see broken up. But I'm glad that Tom was at least mad at Natalia for a little while, even if it was short-lived, as this tells Natalia what could happen if she keeps going down this sort of villain arc path. The new direction that they are taking Rosa's character is interesting. They seem to be making her play the game more strategically, which I'm all for. Rosa was completely right when she said that she and Lake had been coasting, as up to this point they hadn't done anything strategically, other than lose allies such as Aiden and Anastasia. I'm a little mixed on Rosa not returning in All-Stars because of Ria's betrayal, but it's a valid reason at the very least, so that's something. I hope that Lake also gets something like this to do, as she hasn't really had a role since episode 6, but now that she and Spencer are alliance partners, I do feel like things are about to heat up. I thought that after almost getting out last episode, Benji might lock into the game a little more, and I was sort of right. From watching just this scene alone, you would still think that Benji didn't care about the game. I still don't think that Benji does care that much. However, I'm glad that he at least made the musical outfits for everyone, as that's something, and it's a pretty cute nod towards Tristan. I think that soon enough Benji will actually start doing something, but for now it's still really annoying that he's just sitting there doing nothing, while the rest of his team's just blowing up in flames. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, presenting the musical challenge. This is probably my favorite challenge of the season so far, and let's be real, it will probably be my favorite at the end of the season too. I'm already super excited to talk about this, so I'm just gonna get right onto it and not talk about the overall thing until the very end. Starting off with the scene that I think has tons of potential for the future, Rosa and Spencer's alliance. Not gonna lie, when this episode was released, I was a little surprised by this, but that doesn't make it bad by any means. I think that Spencer might lead Rosa down a potential villain arc, which would make her play the game more cutthroat and strategically, which could be interesting. I don't think that Rosa would be a full-blown villain, but she'd just play the game a lot harder without necessarily turning into some sort of Alec or Isabel. Really quickly before I get on to the actual songs, I'd like to talk about an incredibly sweet scene, Evie giving Aiden her sunglasses. This scene is the main reason that I have a problem with the elimination as well, as Evie goes from caring for Aiden to give enough to give him her sunglasses to voting him out that very episode. It's sort of a funny thing. It's sort of funny that the episode these two actually start caring for each other, Evie blindsides Aiden, but it's also kind of annoying to me as well. Either way, this is an amazing scene regardless of the elimination. Sleepaway Camp was a song that I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of the first time hearing it. However, since then, it's grown on me so much. My only real problem with the songs is that they're just super random topics in my opinion. And this is just a massive nitpick and something that I feel when I watch the episode and hear all of them. But that's just me trying to find something to say. And since I feel that when I watched the episode, I thought I'd mention it. A love triangle between Dunia, Nora, and Ara is actually not bad in my opinion. And it actually gives Dunia something to do, which is really needed. Before this episode, I thought that she would soon be eliminated, but now I think that she's in the game for the long run. I think that Aiden trying to sing only for Evie to constantly block him out was super funny as well. One problem that I did have with this song, that isn't even the song itself, it's actually the results it received. And it just feels to me that they just brought Nina back to give Aiden a low score so that the fans would lose. I thought that bringing back old staff members was such a good idea before this episode, but if their only purpose would be to screw the contestants over, then that would be so stupid. I'd rather the song got a low score because Aiden or someone made a mistake, rather than getting screwed over by Nina. Overall, a great song with great singers, only held back by the fact that the entire purpose of it was for Nina to screw the fans over. On to the next song, Tomcat. I think that out of the 4 this episode, this one was definitely the weakest. However, that doesn't make it bad by any means. Natalia's constant attempts to say sorry to Tom was actually quite funny in my opinion. I do think that in the near future, Tom and Natalia will have some more conflict, but as I said, I'll take as much time as I can get seeing them as friends. Massive credits to all of the voice actors in this song, as I thought that specifically in this song, all of them were amazing. Specifically Tom, Ali, and Benji need credits, as they were all the best in my opinion. Overall, a great song, even if it was my least favorite out of all of them. That's just, this type of song isn't in my personal taste, but I can tell that a lot of people would like this. As a quick break before the next song, let's cover the scene between Fiore and Ren. Fiore's character being taken in a direction like this would actually be great in my opinion. I don't mean that they should stop her playing the game strategically or anything like that. I just mean that if they added a more kind and caring side to her, that would be really cool. So far this season, her character's been great, and I think that she's in for a really deep run this time, which is great for her character. Her and Natalia's dynamic is awesome, and if they stuck together for the rest of the season, that would be amazing. Also, quick side note, but Fiore and Ren calling each other Demon Child and Fen in the busted wig was hilarious. We need more interactions from these two in the future. And now, onto the song which a lot of people regard as their number 1 Disventure Camp song of all time. While I do think that this is a little much, I still think that it's an amazing song and probably the best one of the episode. Ren this episode was amazing and continues to prove why he's my favorite character on the fans team so far. All of the singers were fantastic and the song was written so well. When it started, I thought that it would be a slow song, so it was super surprising when Olivia and Ren started singing upbeat. Also, can we just appreciate how heavenly Olivia's voice is? She literally cooked so much with this song. Overall, it was a great song and probably my favorite from the episode. And last, but definitely not least, let me explain. This song was very good and I think that it was a great round off to the musical. One thing that I would like to mention is that after episode 1, I expected Bruno to be constantly screwing up every challenge for his team. However, since then, he's actually done very good. Massive credits to him for writing this masterpiece, as I couldn't write it in 10 years. Rosa's singing was amazing in my opinion, and she was easily the MVP of this song. The scene where Fiore went off script and Rosa took the mic from her was hilarious in my opinion, and Fiore's face after she gives up trying to get it back is the cherry on top. Overall, a great song, and even if it wasn't the best of the episode, I still think that it was amazing. The favorites winning annoys me a little, as in my opinion, both of the fan songs were better than both of the favorite songs, but it doesn't matter that much, as all of the songs this episode were fantastic. I think that Ren's winning immunity probably wasn't the best option, as while it fits his arc this episode, I think that Aiden and Olivia were probably better than him by a little. But now, that's a wrap to the Disventure Camp Season 5 musical challenge, this time with some more bangers. Great job to Odd Nation Cartoons for writing those masterpieces. But now, on to my least favorite part of the episode, the elimination. A lot of people loved the elimination, but in my opinion, it was probably the worst one of the season so far. My main reason is that there was literally one scene before the elimination, with there only really being 5 minutes in between the challenge ending and the episode ending. I think that eliminations need to have at the very least maybe 7 or 8 minutes to unfold, including the ceremony itself. I feel like most people only like it because it was Aiden who was eliminated, and if it was a character like Ren or Dunia, there would have been a lot more complaints than there was about Aiden being eliminated. For the reasons that I just laid out, I do dislike the elimination, but also for one more. So far this season, most of the eliminations have only had 2 people receiving votes, with episode 5 being the exception. This makes the elimination significantly more boring in my opinion, as when at least 3 people receive votes, it makes things feel much more unpredictable, and like you can't accurately guess what's going to happen. However, I will say that after Aiden's villain arc on the fans team, seeing him receive karma was hilarious, and the scene where Evie takes back her sunglasses was insanely funny, as I genuinely thought that she was going over to apologize. Overall, probably the worst elimination of the season so far in my opinion, even if there was some funny parts to it. I think that episode 8 was very good, even if I had some problems with it, such as the elimination. I think that if they made this a non-elimination episode, that this would have been way better, because eliminations need time or else they don't work that well, and considering that this was the musical episode, they needed a lot of time for the challenge. Also, great job to Odd Nation Cartoons for writing those songs, as they were all amazing. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. My episode 9 review will be out soon, so stay tuned for that. Disventure Dude out!